In the last elections of 2020, my stance on the issue cost my party and I significant losses in the mining communities. It turned out that my statement that I was putting my presidency on the line in the fight against Galamsey was neither bombast nor recklessness. It was the simple truth.
There have been growing concerns about the fight against illegal mining in the country, and President Akufo-Addo has pronounced his commitment in eradicating the menace. However, the main opposition party, NDC, believes there hasn't been a determined effort in combating the problem.
This government have lost it though completely, and the president have lost it. Now he is telling us that government controls only 20% of the land and that chiefs control 80%. As if chiefs control the minerals that is also underneath. That belongs to all of us as a country invested in the president to hold in trust for us. And we expect the president to do more than he is doing, but he's completely failed. He even spoke and said he was putting his presidency on what? Online. If he meant well, by now, do you think he should still be president, like lawyer Martin Pebu said? So as for speaking, we know the president is good at speaking. But after speaking is the action. Action zero. Speaking 100%, action zero. Speaking 100%, action zero. Do we want action or do we want a speaking president?
The Boeing legislator Kofi Adams is of the view that if measures like banning of small-scale mining and the seizure of excavators are undertaken, it will put a stop to the canker.
What is happening with our water bodies and even our agriculture being affected in many ways? We need to stop, once again, ban small-scale mining, draw back, sit down, the equipment that is being used withdrawn from wherever they find themselves, so that when communities know that we have stopped this small-scale mining, when they see an excavator anywhere, they will know that that excavator is on a mission for an illegality. Then retrieve all this equipment, find a way of properly marking them before allowing them to get back. So once we do that, due to tracking, you know that when a machine is moving from site A to another site where it's not being tracked to be or it's not being marked to work, then you would introduce the necessary arrest processes to arrest that machine, or even press a trigger that will stop the machine from moving. All this technology is available.
Presidential staffer and Director for Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development, Dennis Miracle Abuaje, while rejecting claims that a government has lost the fight, snapped the NDC for politicizing the matter for their personal gains.
2020-2021, we started seeing some clarity in a lot of our rivers when you guys were doing drone shots and comparing. What it means is that there is a way we can win it. Unfortunately, immediately the ban on small-scale mining was lifted, and they were supposed to go back and mine safely. We started seeing aggravation of the situation as we are seeing now. What it means is that the president has to go back to the drawing board, look at the strategies that we've been using in the past 5 years, and review them and see how we would be able to, continue the fight. And that's exactly what he has done. And that is why you realize that when he went to Kumasi, he met the chiefs, engage them publicly and privately behind closed doors and say, how do we go about this? This is what we've been doing. This is the results we've gotten so far. How do we improve upon whatever it is that we are doing so that we continue this fight unabated? Then he met the district chief executives as well, and a similar conversation happened. The fight hasn't ended, and so there cannot be a loss. So long as the president hasn't thrown in the towel to say that we are no longer going to be able to fight this, the fight continues unabated. People who want to take advantage of the situation, political advantage of the situation. So the president has been rolling out a strategy. He feels that it's time to review. We need to stop politicizing these things. Because if we continue to make these fights MPP, NDC, that is when individuals who are actually culpable hide and then do all manner of things.
He also reacted to comments suggesting that some members of the NPP and government officials are involved in the illegal activity.
We've been accusing ourselves, counter me. I've never seen gold. I am MPP. But now we talk as if almost everybody in government is doing Galamsey. And yet when you ask for names, they all mention just one person. And yet the Galamsey is going on in 90 districts. Are we saying that this one person is the one doing the 90 districts? Because right now, if I ask you to mention them, you mention the same name. Anybody you ask will be mentioning the same name. Is that person the one perpetrating Galamsey in all the 90 districts? Under the NDC, when they had illegal mining and they were fighting it, who were they fighting? Who were the people? Were they NDC people? Or under them, it wasn't NDC people, but under us, all of a sudden, it's NPP people. It doesn't make sense.